Hi there, YouTube friends and family. This is Myrtle back here again with another garden segment from Myrtle's Exotic Educational Farm. And I'm going to be doing a propagation technique called P.I.F. 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 is a technique that's used to propagate bananas or plantains by using a comb, which is the bottom part of it, and making certain incisions and then burying it in a propagator or bioreactor. You can put it in the ground. I've seen some people put it in the ground. I've seen some people put it in our little housing area in sawdust. And I'm going to put it in the ground with the sawdust on top of it and then put a plastic. That's going to be my modification. The first thing we have to do is clean up the comb. Okay, so this is the plantain little slip, and we're going to clean up the bottom part, the comb. First, I'm going to take off some of the length of the plantain, so it'll be easier to work with. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, all of these black areas we're going to remove, because part of the process is making sure that the plantain is not diseased, in order to get the multiplication done correctly. All right, so here we go. This is my first time doing this. I've seen it done on YouTube, and I am going to follow suit to see if it works, so that I can get multiple plantain slips from this one comb. All right, it's almost like you're peeling. Yeah, and because down here is black, we're gonna peel it off just a little bit so we can see what's underneath there as well. It said that sometimes there's a fungus or bacteria that affects the bananas or the plantain. We are going to check. All right, so far so good. This comb was very small, but we're gonna work with what we have and see. Okay, it's looking nice and clean so far, about 90% finished, so we're gonna continue. Okay, so there we have it. No black spots under there. And remove all the old leaves, old black leaves from here, and then we're going to actually remove some more of the leaves from right around the ring. It says where the plant comes together to make a V, you go 1 centimeter above there and go right around, not too deep, so that you can remove the skin. All right, so that's the first one. Then we look for the next ring, which I think is right here. No, that's not it. We're gonna look for it. All right, the next V is right here, and we're gonna go 1 centimeter and then we will remove another layer. And we're gonna keep doing that until all of the sheets have been removed. Okay, we're gonna look for the next one. Okay, 1 centimeter. We're not going to cut too deep because we only want the layer There's another shoot. And then we keep looking. Okay. Try to keep it straight. Once you get around to the ring, that's what it's looking like so far. And we're gonna keep going. We're gonna look for that V. It's a little bit more difficult each time because I'm not seeing where it connects. Okay, there it is. Before there was different discoloration, so it made it easier to see, but now I basically have to feel to see where it connects, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. All right, once we get the connection, we just go and then I peel off the layer. We get in there. Okay. We have some little things flying around there. Gotta be careful it don't go in my eye. Okay. It said right where the V connects, there's a node. So that's why you peel off by the V and go around. All right. I think there's probably just one more. It didn't quite make it to the one. All right, so there we have it. One thing with this plantain, as soon as you finish peeling, you give it a couple seconds and it's all black again. But we peel it off and we didn't see anything, so that's a good sign. Alrighty, so now we have the comb here. I already had it soaking in some potash. Potash is supposed to help to, it's a fungicide. So here we have this here, and what we're going to do, the centerpiece, call it the activator, we're actually going to remove that to force the plant to send out shoots from the bottom. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut this off. And inside here, we're gonna remove this because we don't want it to shoot from the center anymore. Okay. Some people even put a stone or something inside there to prevent it from trying to shoot up from there again. All right. Then once that is done, we're actually going to cut this into pieces. Some people cut it into 8, some people cut it into 16, but this is a very small plant, so I think I will do 8. All right, so there we have it, and we are going to use the pebble method. See if I can find a stone. Right, so we have a stone inside there, and we cut it into several pieces, and we are going to then bury it. All right, so I have the dirt that came out of the hole, and I'm going to now actually turn around the camera so that you can see, except I'm not seeing where to turn it around. But anyway, this is the hole here, and I am going to put the plantain in the hole. Right after, I would have put some of the water in there. This is the water with the ashes where the plantain was soaking. Okay, so there we have it, and I'm hoping that we've seen that. And into the hole we're going to put the plantain, and we're going to put situate the camera back here. Let's see. Okay, here it is. All right, so there's a hole with the plantain inside. I'm going to remove these scraps, and I'm going to get the shovel and fill back up the hole with the dirt that came out of it. I'm also going to use some sawdust. All right, and we're going to make our own bioreactor here and propagator. Okay, now they said this can make hundreds of slips. I'm not looking for hundreds of slips. If I get 10 slips, I'll be happy. So we're going to continue the process here, and we're going to put that's some sawdust mixed up with biochar and some cocoa. All right, so we're gonna leave it here, right here in this little unit for at least a month. Okay, so we're gonna put, that's my little chamber. So inside of the chamber, we would have our sawdust. Okay, that's the sawdust inside the chamber that's covering the banana, the plantain. and we're going to leave it there. We're going to put a plastic on top of it so it can keep the area warm, and then we're going to come back and check on it in about maybe a week, see if there's anything coming through. If not, we're going to make sure we keep the sawdust and this area moist, and I'm going to cover it with some, let me put some more sawdust in. So we can cover the entire area. And here's a plastic that we're going to use to cover it and keep it warm. All right. So there is our bioreactor, our chamber. We're going to see what becomes of our plantain in a few weeks. Do like, share, subscribe, put on that notification bell, and I will see you again in another video. All right, and I'll hopefully give you the update of that. Make sure to come back again to see the future progress of this, and stay blessed.